Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter orders of operations, and the lessons we're going to cover today are add, subtract, multiply and divide decimals, evaluate numerical expressions, and add, subtract, multiply and divide whole numbers. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start. Here I am on grade 5 math. The chapter we're working on is mixed operations. Let's just start with the lesson, that is add, subtract, multiply and divide decimals. Let's just start with the lesson. So when we are working on the decimals, like for this example is 1.5 times 0.9, right? Both the numbers have one decimal place. You need to multiply them. Just multiply them without decimal, right? Like you do simple multiplication. That is 15, 1.5 times 0.9. So just multiply them without decimal, right? 9 times 5 is 45. 5 here, 4 carry. 9 times 4 is 12. 9 times 1 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? Both the numbers have one decimal place, right? Answer must have two decimal places. Got it? Answer must have two decimal places, so that is 1.35, right? See, they have now two decimal places. Got it? The rest of the things, adding and subtracting, is exactly same. You just have to um, arrange them according to the decimal point. Then you have to simply add. Like, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, you have to divide 3 divided by 6. So 3 is a smaller number and 6 is a greater number. You cannot divide a smaller number by the greater one. You need to make them greater, right? Here you have 3 and here you have 6. 3 is less than 6. You cannot divide 3 by 6. So you need to put a decimal point over here and a 0 over here, right? Now it is 30. You need to count 6 until 30. 6 times what number is 30? 6 times 5 equals 30, and 30 take away 30 is 0. That means the correct option is 0.5. The correct option is 0.5. The next one is you have to multiply 0.9 times 0.8, right? Both the numbers have one decimal place, so just multiply them without decimals. Like simply do 8 times 9. So 8 times 9 is 72. Both the numbers have one decimal place, right? So when you are multiplying, the decimal places would be added. The answer must have two decimal places. So you have to move decimal point from here to two places. left. So that is 0.72. The correct option is option number 1. That is 0.72. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. Okay, the next one is you have to multiply 7.1 times 0.6. So use your notebook and pencil and solve the question on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Just multiply them without decimal, right? And you know that both the numbers have one decimal place, so answer must have two decimal places, right? So when you multiply 71 times 6 is 6 times 1 is 6 and 6 times 7 is 42, that is 42.6, that is 426. So answer must have two decimal places, so you need to move decimal point from here to here, so that is 4.26, right? Yes, that is option number 2. Very good. The correct option is option number 2. Very good. Okay, multiply 5.1 times 0.2, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1, that is 1.02 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is zero point 0.3 times 0.8. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that is the second option. That is 0.248 times 3 is 24, not 25, right? The correct option is the second one, that is 0.24 is the correct option because 8 times 3 is 24. Got it? Very good. 5.9 plus 0.4, which is the correct option? You need to add them, right? You have to align the numbers on the basis of decimal point. Their decimal places must have on the same position. You can simply just add 9 plus 4 is 13, 3, 1 carry, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So, yes, that is 6.3. You have to add. The correct option is 6.3. Option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is multiply 12 times 0.9, which is the correct option? Yes, very good. That is 10.8 option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is zero point 0.2 times zero point 0.8, which is the correct option. The correct option is, yes, that is option number 2, 0.16 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 75.58 minus 37.52. So you have to subtract, which is the correct option. You have to subtract, right? Yes, very good. The correct option is 38.06. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is 38.06. Option 1 is the correct one. 4.4 times zero point 0.8, which is the correct option. You have to multiply, right? The correct option is 3.52 is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is evaluate numerical expressions. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is evaluate numerical expressions. Okay, now you are given the expressions that have more than one operations, right? You have to go from left to right and you have to perform division and multiplication first, then you have to do addition and subtraction, right? Just look at the first example, 6 minus 7 divided by 7 and plus 7. Got it? So you have to go from left to right and you have to multiply and divide. You do not have any multiply here, you have to divide. So just divide. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Now you are left with just an addition and subtraction. So go from left to right and add them. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. The first one is evaluate 9 divided by 9 plus 8 divided by 5. Let's just see how do we solve this question. You have to go from left to right, right? And first thing you need to do is multiply and divide. So go from left to right. The first thing here is division, just divide. 9 divided by 9 is 1, right? Now go again from left to right, you have multiplication over here. So you have to do now multiplication. 8 times 5 is 40. The last thing is you need to add. So 40 plus 1 equals 41. Got it? If you have any question related to the question, if you have any confusion related to the question I just did, you can ask question if you have any. Yes, the correct option is 41. Okay, let's just move on to next question. The next question is 1 plus 8 divided by 4 plus 2. So you have to do the same thing. You have to go from left to right. First, you have to do multiplication and division. So first thing you have to do by going from left to right, the first thing you have to do is divide. You have to divide 8 by 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. You need to perform the division first because division has the high priority. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. That is 1 plus 2 plus 2. You have now all the additions. So just simply add. So when you add, the answer is 5. The correct option is 5. Got it? For the next question, you have to solve the question on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box. Use your notebook and pencils now, please. 9 plus 5 times 7 divided by 1, which is the correct option. Which is the correct option? Use your notebook and pencil, solve the question, and let's see which is the correct option. Got it? 55. How? You have to go from left to right, right? So addition, division and multiplication are on the same level. First, you have to multiply. 9 times 5 is 35. Now you have to divide. 35 divided by 35. 1 is 35. You can simply add. 35 plus 9 is 44. So the correct option is 44, right? The correct option is 44. Got it? Okay, the next one is 6 minus 7 divided by 7 plus 7. So, which is the correct option? You have to go from left to right, you have to do division first. Which is the correct option? Use your notebook and pencil, solve the question on your notebook, and write the answer in the chat box. Which is the correct option? You have to divide first, right? Yes, the correct option is 12. Okay, the next one is 7 plus 3 plus 2 times 7, which is the correct option. The video is working. What's wrong with you, Raja Ashik? You don't answer the question I am asking. So you have to multiply first, right? 7 times 2 is 14. The correct option is, which is the correct option? You have to multiply first, right? 7 times 2 is 14 and 10 plus 14 is 24. The correct option is 24. The next one is 9 times 3 plus 1 minus 5, which is the correct option. Solve the question on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box, which is the correct option. You have to multiply first, right? The correct option is option number 123 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is evaluate 2 times 5 divided by 5 plus 4, which is the correct option. You have to go from left to right, so you have to multiply first, right? 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So that is 2 plus 4. The correct option is 6 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is evaluate 6 plus 8 minus 5 divided by 1, which is the correct option. The first thing you have to do is divide 5 divided by 1, right? 5 divided by 1 equals 5. So 6 plus 8 is 14 and 14 minus 5 is, yes, 9. It is the correct option is 9, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is the next lesson is add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers. Now we're going to see how do we do these things: add, subtract, multiply, and divide the whole numbers, right? The first one is you have to divide 6. You have to, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, you have to subtract, which is the correct option. Can you guys please stop talking and focus on the lesson we're working on? No one is asking the questions I am asking. Which is the correct option? When you subtract, which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number two, right? The correct option is the second one. Very good. Okay, the next one is you have to multiply, which is the correct option? So you have to multiply. Let's just multiply, right? Okay, you have to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 3 is 6. So which is the correct option? Number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. Okay, divide. Which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? Okay, that is 360,828 divided by 4. You have to count a table of 4 until 36, right? 4 times what number is 36? Divide, which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? That is 360,828 divided by 4. You have to count a table of 4 until 36. 4 times 9 is 36. Then you have a 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Now you have to bring 8 down. You have to count 4 until 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. You have again bring the next digit down 8, 2. You cannot divide 2 by 4, right? So you need to bring the other digit down. So you have to put a 0 over here. So 4 times 7 is 28. Got it? So the correct option is option number 2. That is 90,207. The correct option is the second option. Okay, the next one is multiply 516 times 9. Use your notebook and pencil and see which is the correct option. Multiply and write the answer in the chat box. Which is the correct option? That is option number 1, right? When you multiply them, the correct option is option number 1. Very good. So the correct option is option number 1. Okay, you have to divide 60 divided by 6, which is the correct option. That is 10, right? 6 times 10 is 60. So the correct option is 10. Okay, I'm waiting. You can divide. The next one is 80 divided by 4, which is the correct option. Yes, the correct option is 20. Very good. Okay, the next one is subtract 3993 minus 972, which is the correct option. Which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1. Very good. 3021 is the correct option. Okay, divide 4 divided by 2 is, two times 2 is 4. The correct option is 2. Very good. Okay, divide, which is the correct option. Which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1. Very good. Okay, the next one is subtract, which is the correct option. Just subtract and write the answer in the chat box, which is the correct option. Yes, that is option number 1. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is mixed operations, and the lessons we have covered today are add, subtract, multiply and divide decimals, evaluate numerical expressions, and the one we just covered is add, subtract, multiply and divide whole numbers, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. Got it? So if you have any questions related to the lesson we have just finished, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.